Hello from your planetarium staff, and welcome to the Hatter Planetarium. I'm James.
I'm Meg.
I'm Garrett.
And I'm Ian. And this is Gettysburg Under the Stars. Hello, this is your Hatter Planetarium Sky Tour for mid-September 2020. Let's get down to Earth. Okay, here we are in the early morning hours this week, actually, specifically the early morning hours of Sunday, September 14th. And you can see there in the east the brilliant planet Venus, and right beside it is a very thin waning crescent moon. So Sunday morning at about 5 a.m. will be the morning to see that scene in particular right there. Venus will be lingering through the month in the early morning sky. The moon will be a little bit lower on the morning of the 15th and then disappearing to new moon on the 17th, and it will reemerge in the evening sky as a waxing crescent thereafter. Turning our attention to the evening sky after dark. Specifically about 9 p.m. looking to the south. We have fairly close together there the bright planets Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter is the brighter of the two. It's brighter and whiter, and Saturn is off a bit to the left and more yellowish. Turning our attention to the east now, we're going to look at a constellation or star group that is a real sign of fall. So turning to the east and looking up a little bit, about halfway, 40 degrees or so, we have a group of 4 stars, an asterism or an unofficial constellation known as the Great Square of Pegasus. This is the most noticeable part or core of the Pegasus constellation, Pegasus being a flying horse. The 4 stars of the Great Square are Alpheratz, Shiat, Markab, and Algeneb. The rest of the Pegasus constellation outstretched there, you can see the wings, 4 feet, and head of the flying horse. Typically in star illustrations of Pegasus, Pegasus is not depicted with a full body, but rather half a body, as if rising up out of the water. The father of the Pegasus would have been Poseidon, god of the sea and of horses, and the mother Medusa the Gorgon. And Pegasus was supposed to have sprung from the body of Medusa when she was decapitated by the hero Perseus, and flew off later to be tamed by another hero, Bellerophon. But that is the constellation of Pegasus. Interesting little side note, I mentioned one of those stars of the Great Square, the one in the left-hand corner of the diamond, Alpheratz. Alpheratz for many years was shared between Pegasus and Andromeda. We can't have that in the modern age. Things must be classified. So in the 1920s, when the International Astronomical Union set the boundaries of the constellations, officially Alpheratz belongs now to Andromeda. And so one of the 4 stars of the Great Square of Pegasus does not actually belong to the constellation Pegasus. The last thing I'd like to look at in this tour lies in the constellation Andromeda. So let's center that in our field of view. And as we zoom in there, you'll see a fuzzy oval growing and growing until you can see that it's a galaxy. This is the Great Andromeda Galaxy, a galaxy much like our own Milky Way, except that it's lying about 2.5 million light years away. It's one of our neighborhood galaxies, believe it or not. It is visible to the unaided eye as a small oval smudge. You can see it better in binoculars as a larger oval smudge, but binoculars or a small telescope are not going to show you quite what you see here, but the distinctive shape and haziness of it will be evident, and in fact, it is a collection, a galaxy of hundreds of millions of stars, much like our own Milky Way galaxy, if we were looking back at it from over 2 million light years away. That's your sky tour. Next up is the Almanac, the local almanac for September 2020. Sorry to delay this sky tour a little bit. Things have been crazy at the college, but we're looking forward to bringing you some information about the fall equinox, the first day of fall, coming up a little bit later in the month.